For the third consecutive year, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers ranks Montana dead last in the nation for efforts preventing drunk driving. The advocacy group annually ranks states on a 5-star scale, and since 2016, Montana has earned just 1/2 of 1 star. According to the report, Montana received its low score because it's done little to prevent DUIs since lowering the legal limit to .08 in 2003. And highlights the state's lack of sobriety checkpoints, an all-offender interlock ignition law, and no immediate license revocation at the time of arrest for DUI or refusal. Maya Rodriguez shows us other states are working to improve their scores.
It's important that I do this.
Blue ribbons in his neighborhood mark what may be the hardest month of the year.
And I have to do this till I can't do it anymore.
Because of one December day 4 years ago.
My wife was upstairs and you get a on the door.
On the other side, 2 anxious officers. His 24-year-old son Noah, also a police officer, had been on patrol with a DUI holiday task force. He had just pulled over a suspected drunk driver when
another drunk driver struck him.
Noah was in a coma. He never regained consciousness and died of his injuries 7 days later.
You know, we were hoping and praying for a miracle. And that miracle never came.
A few months later, in 2016, the Maryland legislature passed Noah's Law.
And that's the interlock.
It requires interlock breathalyzers to be installed in the vehicles of those convicted of drunk driving. But not every state has that law. The organization Mothers Against Drunk Driving wants to change that.
Drunk driving is still, it's one of the biggest public health threats on our roads.
Their new report out this week takes a look at how states are doing when it comes to drunk driving laws. Among the most improved this year, Kentucky and New Jersey, for joining Maryland and more than 30 other states with laws requiring breathalyzer interlocks in vehicles after drunk driving convictions. But among those states with a ways to go, Michigan, which does not require those interlocks, and Montana, which doesn't have sobriety checkpoints. But even with states where the laws are stronger, there are still legal ways to get around them, as is the case with Noah's Law in Maryland.
Maryland, pretty much like every single state in our nation, allows for prosecutors to plea down their DUI cases.
A legal loophole Richard Liotta says he'll keep working to try and close.
And what better way to honor him and all the victims of drunk driving,
so that no other family endures the heartbreak that he and his family do in December and every day of the year. In Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Maya Rodriguez reporting.
The last time Montana received a rank higher than a 1/2 star was in 2015 when it tied with Rhode Island with a 1-star ranking.